Hejka. Where are you, Eddie? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hejka.
Hejka. All right, I'll get it.
That's all right. So what is it that binds us together with one another? Sometimes it's so wonderfully unexpected, like when I fell in love at first sight with my wife, Michelle, 28 and a half years ago. I still remember exactly where I was standing when I first laid eyes on her, and even now if I stare out into the darkness and I picture her face, I can feel those endorphins release and just pour over my brain and give me a feeling like can't be replicated. And although I did tell my one daughter I'm afraid I'm addicted, because I find myself throughout the day just things are stressful, I picture Michelle and I feel sometimes I just do it because it feels good. But sometimes the things that bind us together are the unexpectedly not so wonderful. Like when our oldest son Sam was diagnosed with autism and Tourette's. And over the last 20 plus years, trying to navigate that diagnosis has helped knit together our wonderfully diverse, disparate family. Although we both know people for whom that diagnosis has had the opposite effect, weakening the family ties and splintering the family in different directions, and often with the dad leaving. But I remember the day when I promised Sammy I'd never leave. At the time we had about 7 or 8 kids. I was in the kitchen, I'm cooking dinner, I'm making the sauce for the spaghetti, and had a couple, Terrell and Mike, I think it was, at the dining room table. I'm helping them with their homework and going back and forth, and the little ones are playing, Jozo and Taryn, and they're, look at me, and I'm holding the youngest one, and Sammy's starting to obsess about something. Awa nawa, and I'm trying to figure out what it is he wants while doing all this other stuff. And does he want me to take him somewhere? Does he want me to do something with him, to play with him? Has he misplaced one of his videos that he obsesses about? Does he want something to eat out of the cabinet? But there was, back then, when we'd have a lot of kids, my wife and I, if we had to, sometimes things would call us in different directions, and we had to split the kids up, and we'd try to split them up evenly. One of us would take Sam, and the other would take the other 6 or 7. And inevitably, the one who got the group would say, really? Are you sure? Are you sure? You're okay? You're sure? You sure? Really? Thank you. Thank you. Not that we don't love Sam. We do. But oh my God. So here I am in the kitchen trying to access my Sammy English Sammy dictionary and figure out what the heck he wants. And there was 2 things you always had to keep in mind when trying to communicate with Sam. One, as frustrating as it was for us to try and understand him, we always had to remember it had to be just at least twice as frustrating for him. You can imagine being able to speak, yet at times be unable to communicate the simplest idea or desire or want. I'd sometimes imagine what he's thinking in his head. Here I am trying to figure out what the heck he wants, and he's like, I love my dad, but oh my God, awa nawa, and he's showing me Fruit Loops. And the other thing to keep in mind was we always had to be calm, because Sam couldn't deal if Michelle or I ever yelled at him. To this date, he can tell you what month, what day, what years he would say that we ever yelled at him. Remember, Tata? September 15, 2005, you yelled at me, you kicked the door, you were mad, you were so mad, you were yelled at me. September 15, 2005, you were mad at me, you kicked the door, you're not mad at me no more, you're not mad at Sammy? No, Sam, I'm not mad at you anymore, I'm sorry. You're not mad at Sammy no more? You're not mad? No, Sam, I'm sorry, I'm not mad at you. You're not mad? Because 4 is one of his numbers, so you do things in 4s. 30 years from now, we're apologizing for September 15, 2005. So here I am in the kitchen, getting very frustrated, trying to deal with all this other stuff, and I know I can't get angry, but at a certain point I just snapped. And I know we're going to pay for it for days to come. And I put Elizabeth down, and I leaned over Sammy, and I said, Sam, you're driving me crazy! And he didn't melt down. he didn't become self-injurious. He just got this sort of calm, puzzled look over his face, and he looks up at me and he says, "You're not driving too crazy. You staying here with me." I said, "You're right, Sam. I'm not driving too crazy. I'm staying here with you." And he let me hug him. And even though I have driven to crazy many, many times, I've never left.